it's in a hit children's movie or making the pages of newspapers, lemurs are suddenly everywhere. Their history outdates that of humans. About 50 million years ago, their ancestors made their way to Madagascar, a large island off the coast of Africa. With few predators on Madagascar, lemurs lived and thrived. Their idyllic existence on Madagascar, an island of rich vegetation and lush forests, with a climate not too different to the one here in Manatee County, came to a swift end when humans first made their way to the island about 2,000 years ago. Many species were hunted to extinction, while others were confined to smaller and smaller areas. Today, only about 24 lemur species are left, and their future is unclear. Programs have been established elsewhere to act as a modern-day Noah's Ark, where lemurs can be studied and bred outside of their native Madagascar. And one such program was started recently right here in Manatee County. Located near Mayaka City, the reserve spans 90 acres, 13 of which have so far been utilized. The area is on pristine Florida land, an area of pine forest, hardwood hammock, palmettos, and even a marsh. Surrounded by tall electrified wildlife fencing, 3 different species of lemurs are kept in this area. They are the ring-tailed lemur, the bamboo lemur, and the red-fronted brown lemur. Brian Grossi, the manager of the reserve, oversees the day-to-day care of the animals and is also assigned to study their behavior.
We're looking for all sorts of research on these lemurs, mostly non-invasive research. The most invasive thing we would ever do would be a blood draw. But we want to learn about the lemurs' reproductive biology, their behavioral ecology here in Florida, how they're able to adapt. We want to learn things about them in this setting, so we might better be able to take care of them in a zoo setting, or better be able to pick a habitat for them in Madagascar to preserve and hopefully reintroduce them to.
The red-fronted brown lemurs have adapted well to the area, and they, unlike the other 2 species of lemur here, have the run of the enclosed 13-acre area. Although they are already finding their own food, ranging from insects to leaves, their diet is supplemented daily. Brian starts each day's visit to the lemurs by first fetching their food bowls and taking a general look at how the lemurs are and what they're up to. He then prepares their meals. Each one receives a mixture of primate food as well as freshly cut up carrots, apples, and other fruit. The lemurs are well tuned to the dinner bell, and when Brian rings, they come running, ready to follow him in almost a Pied Piper of Hamelin-like manner. Brown lemurs live in multi-male, multi-female groups. The group that lives here is a mother, her twin daughters, a son, and an unrelated male. A male can be recognized from a female by a red crest on its forehead, whereas the female has a plainer face with a black stripe. The lemurs seem to love walking around on the great live oak trees, and they are known to snack on the leaves. They're extremely agile animals and demonstrated their abilities to us. An interesting fact about lemurs is that they groom with their teeth, not with their hands, as they are not dexterous. Their tails are strictly used for balance. They do not hang from it like South American monkeys do. Eventually, this research facility will be where young scientists come to learn how to conduct behavioral research on lemurs without having to travel all the way to Madagascar to learn how to do so.
We're going to be building a house this summer for researchers to come in and stay here for as long as needed to complete the research for, say, a master's thesis or a doctoral dissertation. This is about the best you can do for watching animals without being in the wild. The animals have free range over 13 acres. They do basically what they want to do, but you don't have to worry about tropical diseases or all sorts of problems that they're having in the third world countries with civil wars and that sort of thing. So it's a really good setup.
Right now, Brian Grossi is the person that pays the closest attention to the behavior of the lemurs. It's hoped that scientists will be able to learn more about how lemurs interact with one another, if their calling to one another means different things, as well as their reproductive biology. Once this reserve is fully operational, it will also become a halfway house for lemurs that will be shipped from zoos back to Madagascar. By first bringing them to a facility like this one, they would learn how to climb trees and how to search for food. The idea is that animals that had been in zoos and are slated for reintroduction in Madagascar would be held at this facility for 6 months to a year before being reintroduced to Madagascar. In the meantime, Brian Grossi is in the privileged position to observe and record the behavior of the lemurs.